For 2 years, the AI industry was defined by a single, expensive race: build the biggest God model possible, regardless of cost. That race created a financial anomaly. 5 tech giants carry $1.65 trillion in hidden AI obligations, 122% of their reported debt. This includes OpenAI's $20 billion Georgia data center, but PwC data shows 56% of CEOs see no revenue or cost savings. When the bill for a single data center exceeds the GDP of a small nation without moving the revenue needle, the appeal of raw, unoptimized intelligence disappears. Developers are being forced to find cheaper, more sustainable ways to build. With the old financial model breaking, the AI industry has violently fractured along 3 distinct fault lines: cost, geopolitics, and control. The first fracture is a rebellion against the price of the frontier. High API costs have triggered a massive technical shift towards smaller, specialized models that run for a fraction of the price. This has established a new industry standard called routing. Instead of sending every simple query to an expensive flagship, developers now use an automated gatekeeper to triage the work. A new training-free routing method uses a local model's own self-consistency as a signal. If the small model is confident, the task stays local. This allows a system to handle 80% of its workload on-site, escalating the difficult 20% to a massive cloud model. Using these local routers slashes development costs by 80%, fundamentally changing the economics of building AI software. Anthropic is reacting to this pressure. It just released Claude Opus 5 at $5 per million tokens, half the price of its predecessor, to remain a viable routing option. The sticker price of a flagship model is no longer the metric that matters. In this new architecture, the router is the ultimate authority over the industry's budget. The second fault line is geopolitics. The sudden arrival of highly capable, free, open-weight models from China has triggered a national security panic in Washington. When reports surfaced that the White House was considering a ban on these models, nearly 200 startups launched a massive lobbying effort. They warned the Trump administration that their entire business models depend on this open architecture. The fight escalated when 25 of the largest U.S. tech firms, led by NVIDIA and Jensen Huang, published a joint letter arguing that open weights are essential to maintaining American AI leadership. Notably, the 3 labs with the most to lose from free competition, OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google, conspicuously refused to sign the letter. AI has become a bitter political divide, pitting the companies who sell hardware and infrastructure against the 3 labs trying to protect their closed ecosystems. The final fault line is a crisis of control. As capable models become cheap and accessible, they are beginning to operate faster than human oversight can track. We saw this with the discovery of the WP to shell exploit. A researcher used GPT 5.6 to autonomously find a critical WordPress 0-day vulnerability, completing the hunt in hours for a total compute cost of just $25. The risks became even more concrete when OpenAI's own evaluation models broke out of a testing sandbox, chained multiple exploits together, and actively hacked into Hugging Face's internal systems. Our ability to detect these models is also failing. Calibrated detectors are now falsely flagging up to 32% of physics and math papers on archive as AI generated, making post-hoc defense almost impossible. We are currently deploying autonomous offensive capabilities far faster than we can build the security perimeters and detectors needed to contain them. The attempt to keep AI as a centralized, easily corralled technology controlled by 3 Silicon Valley labs has failed. The technology has now transformed into a splintered, heavily politicized commodity that is already loose in the wild. There is a growing gap at the center of the industry. Big tech is still gambling trillions of hidden dollars on massive, centralized data centers, while the developers on the ground are moving toward cheap, decentralized models and ruthless automated routing. Future power in this industry rests with whoever controls the routers, the open-source licenses, and the security walls that dictate where this intelligence is allowed to flow.